Go across to him to understand on Reliance itself. Mr. Bathini, warm welcome. Good afternoon to you. Good to have you with us. You know, we were just talking about Reliance Industries, the earnings that are going to be reported today after the market hours. Now, most of the analyst estimates that my colleague Asim has highlighted are pointing out to an improved performance both on the operational level as well as on the bottom line revenue front as well. And of course, on the triple segments that we are looking to cater here. It could be one of the best quarters in the last 18 months. What is your own expectation on Reliance Industries? What will you be clearly watching out for as an investor in the upcoming earnings tonight?
Hi, Sakshi. Good afternoon to you. Yeah, after a brief consolidation of last 3-4 quarters from Reliance Industries, we can expect some kind of positivity. We can expect some kind of a significant improvement with respect to their EBITDA margins and EBITDA is concerned. One thing is the OTC, oil to chemical business, and the refining margins have been under pressure for Reliance Industries the last 2 quarters. That's where we can expect some kind of an improvement with respect to OTC business, which was the laggard and which was the dragger in terms of the business is concerned. But the main, the boosters for Reliance Industries, Reliance Retail, Geo, these are the key drivers at this point of time. They are the future drivers for Reliance Industries. As the support has been coming from the oil to chemical business, okay, that's going to be a big booster for Reliance Industries for this quarter. In the previous quarters, the plant was under maintenance for some more days. So there were some kind of a pressure on their EBITDA margins. And this quarter, we can expect a strong set of numbers for Reliance Industries. And what we believe is the new age businesses that are going to drive the earnings for Reliance Industries the coming next couple of quarters.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has really helped all our viewers out in understanding what kind of earnings can actually come in and how should you be really looking at that. For investors who may be looking at ahead of earnings as an opportunity, since we are expecting better set of numbers this time, is it good to take positions ahead of earnings? Do you think the consolidation that you also pointed out in the last couple of weeks and a month or so, we've seen some improvement in the stock as well. It came up from about 1100 odd levels all the way up to 1500, again hovering around 1400 odd. Is it a good time to start accumulating the stock?
Definitely, Sakshi, for a long-term investor. Pardon me, I had a bad throat today.
Not at all.
Any dip for Reliance Industries is concerned, it's a good opportunity for a longer-term investor. It might be boring, it might be testing the patience of one's patience to the core if you observe Reliance Industries in a medium to short term. But definitely for a longer term, still Reliance Industries, the past 25 years, it's given a CAGR return of around 35% to the investors. So for a longer term investor, it gives the stability. It is just like Reliance Industries. Sometimes investors do think that, why I'm holding this large cap in my portfolio. It's just like Sakshi, when we boarded aircraft, the air hostess and all, they give the demo and the life jacket is behind your seat. That's what they tell. And we might be thinking, what will I do with that life jacket? But when the time comes, we realize the importance of that life jacket. So Reliance Industries is like a life jacket and a protective one in the portfolio. When the times comes, we realize the value, and in long term, definitely it's a money spinner and wealth creator.
Okay, got that. I hope viewers, you've got the idea as to how should you go about Reliance Industries ahead of earnings too. Mr. Bathini, we have so many questions coming in, so we'll straight away dive into the question and answer round before we come to our macro discussion again. We have this question from Zamir from Chennai says, I have 2,000 shares of SJBN bought at 85. Is there a long-term view that you could share on SJBN from the renewable energy basket?
Sakshi, with respect to Satellite Gel Vidyut Nigam is concerned, of course, it is a hydro power generating company. But the way the company is coming up, okay, in terms of the green energy prospects, the solar energy prospects are concerned, that's going to give some kind of a booster support for the company in terms of its long-term earnings are concerned. It's a slow mover and low beta kind of a stock. So investors with a long term, any dip in this stock, you can add on. And at this current price, you can hold on to the stock. Uh, it's a low beta, as I mentioned to you. So the low risk appetite investors also, one can add the stock on dips.
Okay, one can add the stock on dips. Let's take next one. This one is from Vishal from Bengaluru. He says, Sakshi, can I buy Dr. Lal Path Labs at the current levels? And what is your view on this one? The diagnostic space has also been buzzing from the last couple of months. Any suggestion here? It gets very difficult to choose. When it comes to all, the nature of all the companies is exactly the same. The kind of industry opportunities that will exist is also almost similar. But how does one really choose as to which is the stock that one should go with?
Sakshi, in terms of the diagnostic stocks have been concerned, in fact, the healthcare sector, that is hospitals and the diagnostic and also the equipment makers, the medical equipment makers are concerned. So these stocks like Metropolis and all, it looks promising in terms of their valuations are concerned for a medium to longer term. If the investor have a longer term horizon, definitely these are not the stocks for the medium term to short term. Definitely for the longer term, one can add these stocks. The prospect of 2 to 5 years, there are more legs for these stocks in the coming quarters, and they are fully priced in at this point of time. I'm not finding any kind of cheap bargains in this spectrum of stocks, especially the diagnostic stocks are concerned. So any deep cut, any corrections, any dips on the stock, one need to buy these stocks in a staggered manner at this point of time. Among these diagnostic stocks are concerned, Metropolis looks to me with a longer term perspective. They have a strong brand and reach.
Okay, got that. Let's take another one. This one is from one of our viewers. Sindhu Ramdas wants to know about Lupin from the Pharma pack. Is it a good time to enter?
One can accumulate in a staggered manner. Sakshi, Lupin has been in a consolidation phase in the recent past, but given the kind of the long-term prospects are concerned, he can accumulate Lupin and sideways. He can also look for Glenmark Pharma also, which has been rising in the recent past, and strong cash flows are going to emerge in Glenmark Pharma. He can accumulate Lupin and Glenmark.
Okay, let's look at some of the other questions coming in. We have one of our questions is from Sanjay Kumar from Hyderabad. Says, hi Sakshi, I have 100 shares of ITD Cementation bought at 68 levels and I can actually hold for next 2 years. Would it be advisable to hold on to ITD Cementation?
In terms of their businesses, core businesses concerned, the EPC business, Sakshi, that has been doing good since
Yes.
the investor have 2 years time horizon. He can definitely hold on, but any kind of sudden spots in this company, I do advocate the investor take back his capital and remaining sit back and relax and enjoy the rally in this stock.
Okay, got that. We have this one question from Mohan from Bengaluru. He says, hi Sakshi and team Business Today Television. I am your core fan. I want to really know about accumulating silver on dips. Well, this question is clearly for you, Mr. Bathini. You have discussed this in the past with us on the program on your views on silver vis-a-vis gold. And you clearly said that you are more bullish on silver rather than gold. And that's one thing that you would definitely expect all viewers to ensure that they have in their core portfolio. You did say that some exposure to both gold and silver is mandatory in today's day and age of uncertainty in global environment as well. And we've actually seen from the time that you advised, silver prices have actually shot up to record high levels in a very short period of time as well. 1,15,000 rupees per kilogram is what we are already seeing. Even the commodity experts are looking at even higher prices from here on that could come in. The question from Mohan is it the right time to accumulate silver on dips? I have been accumulating since last 1 year. And I'm actually sitting on profit. So congratulations to you, Mohan, for investing in silver, even though it has been considered as a volatile asset. But you've listened to the advice that's been shared on the program and you've been consistent with your own investment in silver too. And there you are celebrating the investments and the profits there. Mr. Bathini, what would you advise?
Sakshi, when I suggested buying silver, The most disappointed one is my wife. Uh, so I had to take a lot of effort to convince her to buy silver than gold.
Wow.
Of course, it paid off very well. So first of all, he need to convince his wife. And this is on a lighter note, coming in a serious perspective. Of course, uh, the time the global geopolitical escalations have been rising up, we turn positive with respect to the precious metals are concerned. It can be silver, gold. If the investor is a HNA or if he is affordable, he can also look for platinum investing also. There are platinum ETFs available, or he can buy in the market the platinum. So the precious metals, because of the rising geopolitical issues and also the way the central banks have been buying gold, that has been the main reason for the. Of course, related to the gold, silver is a high beta one, and we at this age we can like to take some kind of a high beta stocks. So at this point of time, high beta precious metal can be best suitable for anyone's portfolio. That's where the silver come into the picture, and also the industrial use, the way the EV, the mobile, and the chip makers are concerned. Everything comes up in a uh, explicit way, the in a visible way, the silver is used. So that is the reason the greater demand for silver has been emerging in the markets. So that's how silver could able to rise. And one thing one need to keep in mind: the monetary policies across the globe, they can print more money, but they can't produce more precious metals. That's where the demand for these precious metals are going to come up. So any dip definitely as a part of diversification, one need to have silver or gold in their portfolio. It is up to them whether to hold in ETF or whether to hold the physical one. Is depends upon the individual requirement and convenience.
Okay, fair point. I hope all the viewers who've been looking at the surging prices of gold and silver of late and had been, finding it difficult to take a decision, you've got some understanding as to how to really look at the opportunities that present themselves and definitely take a decision based on that too. One more question that we will take is from Satyanarayan Rao Kulkarni. He says, sir, within Bajaj Auto or Hero Moto, which one is good for long term within the two-wheeler pack? Difficult one to choose?
Sakshi, one thing is Bajaj has been the market leaders, and they have been doing a lot of innovation in terms of their product enhancement is concerned. Of course, they tried with respect to the CNG that has not given the market returns, the yields as they expected. But somewhere the heroes have been losing their momentum. So I would suggest the investor, okay, he can choose uh, the Bajaj or or TVS. These are the two things looking promising, okay, for a medium to longer term perspective. So my choice is in between. First, the TVS, okay, they have been doing well in the EV space also. And if you observe the charts of TVS, in the past year, one of the strong wealth creator for the investors. Investors tend to ignore. So my first choice would be TVS, and of course I can't ignore Bajaj. Okay, one can add Bajaj also in tips.
Okay, got that. I hope this has answered your question. Towards the end, Mr. Bathini, we have a lot of questions from like Ankur Jaya asking, Kranthi sir, can you please help us understand one or two stock ideas for the next 1 year that we can hold on to, which can create a lot of wealth? That question never fails to come in when Mr. Bathini you come, and people are always looking to find out some multi-bagger ideas from you, especially looking at the kind of research and the choice of stocks that you always share. What would you advise? Is there any fresh stock that has come onto your radar of late?
Sakshi, whenever I'm on your show, you tend to ask this question. And last time when we had a discussion, I
Yes.
told you about a stock by name uh, uh, John Cockrell. The stock has been
Yes.
risen. To my surprise, it's risen 60% in the past 1 month and so. So any dip in the stock one can add. Uh, one can add. The prospects looks good, and also one can look for stocks like Godavari biorefineries. Okay, the company is into ethanol, and also the company has diversified into the cancer research, and the company has been getting very positive in terms of their cancer research progress is concerned. In fact, the stock has risen from 250 to 315 levels in the recently. So any dip in the stock one can add, but do your own research and take your financial advisor advice, okay, before taking any big positions.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Mr. Bathini, it's always a pleasure to have you with us on the program and to seek such wonderful insights on the markets and the stock ideas that you always share with all our viewers that they cherish. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Take care of your health. We'll be seeing you soon on another edition.
Thank you, Sakshi. Always my pleasure to share my views. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, viewers, we'll now wrap it up on that note as far as Daily Call's current edition is concerned. I could see that there are so many more questions that we could not take today. So don't be disheartened. Keep sending all your questions and we'll try to maximum cover all your questions in the next week when we'll be back on Monday. So don't worry about it. We will take all your questions. Keep sending them on our WhatsApp group. And of course, 176 points of a fall on the Nifty, 24,933. We are actually slipping even further. So let's see whether the market's momentum will be softer ahead of some of the big bang, three big earnings that are coming in today. Reliance in the evening.